go. All right, here we are. So we're going live right now. I don't know if I can see through here. All right, so we'll wait for some people to come in. Right now I'm going to, let's see. Let me try to get my iPad away for some people to come in. So excuse me for a second, folks. BRB, so we're gonna turn the camera right over here towards the rear. We'll be right, so please stand by, folks. Here we go. All right, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Prices Are Too High podcast, everyone. So, as always, I am your host. Everyone, you guys know my name by now. For anyone that watches me. So, I'm just pulling my iPad up. So, I'm now live. So, that's what we're going to pretty much do here. So, I'm pretty much live right now. So we'll wait for some people to pop in, come in, everyone. So wait for some people to come in. So yeah, I'm a little bit behind. So yeah, right now the whole thing with the iPad, just like, so I was trying to live stream from anyways, but sorry, I'm a little stuttering here. I was trying to live stream from the iPad, and I feel like every time I try to live stream from my iPad, whether it's at my house or when I'm outside, always a shit show, always. So I had to use my phone this time. So I'm using my phone right now to record. So we got one person coming in. Thank you to the one person that's coming in right now and watching. Thank you for watching, everyone. So thank you. This is episode 10 of Prices Are Too High, and if you have not seen the first 9 episodes that I have previously recorded of my podcast, you can go and check them out after this video. So I'll do like a on the end screen, I will do a whole list of episodes that I have previously recorded. Hello, Jen. Hello, welcome in. Take a deep breath and start again if you need to be. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in. So this is actually my first time doing this podcast live in front of everyone. So I want to just change it up because my last maybe 4 or 5 podcasts has not really been doing so well. Not as well as I wanted it to be. So, but if it was doing pretty well, I would still be doing recordings. But I'd rather just do it live because since the last 3 months, since my live videos have been doing pretty well the last 3 months, so I want to try something new. So thank you for coming in, Jen. Welcome to my episode 10 podcast. So this is my podcast, Prices Are Too High. So Jen, if you have not seen the last 9 episodes of the podcast, you're more than welcome to go and check it out. I will put it in the end screen at the end of the podcast. I don't know how long I'm planning on making this podcast. Cool, happy to support you. Awesome, thank you so much, Jen. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna record this podcast. Well, all depends on how many people I have in here. But if it's less people, we'll make it short. If more people start coming in, I'll make it longer. Not too much. So the topic of this podcast is actually going to be called tolls and pricing congestion. So I've been thinking about this topic for a while, and I really want to discuss it with you guys live. So if you have any thoughts or have any suggestions on it, feel free to type in the chat and we'll discuss, So I want to make the podcast live so I could be able to talk to you guys, and you guys can talk to me through the live chat. So here we go. So we'll begin while we wait for a few more people to pop in. So yeah, so as far as that goes, so we all know that driving nowadays is just like a nightmare in a lot of cities. It's a real nightmare in a lot of cities, and it's a real nightmare in a lot of cities like New York, Chicago, California. I don't know about Florida, but probably Atlanta, but you name it. So you definitely name it. So like if you're driving, like for example, if you're going to be driving across country, that could really eat up your money, all depending on where you're going to, and all depending on where you're traveling to. Like if you're going to go down south, you're going to be spending a lot of money on tolls. So like the question is it really worth, like when you're if you're going to be traveling so far out, like especially if you're going to be going across the country, is it really worth the drive? Because let me just say this though, for example, like my dad, when he comes to New York, he drives to New York, he has to deal with tolls and all this type of stuff. So, but for someone like me, I don't feel like dealing with driving. I don't feel like dealing with driving at all. Like, I don't want to drive. Like if I live down south, why would I want to drive north? You guys kind of get what I'm saying. Why would I drive north when I could just get on a 2-hour? I can just get, like for example, from New York, I can get from Florida to New York within 2 hours, instead of having to sit 18 hours on the road and keep paying for tolls, $10, $15 for each toll. Like say for instance, you get like 10. You're probably gonna bump into about maybe 10 or 11 tolls between New York and Florida, or New York and Georgia, or whatever you're going to. But if you're gonna be driving down south, you're gonna be bumping into a lot of tolls. So we have 3 people, and thank you to the 3 people that just joined me. Really appreciate it. This is my first time again doing the podcast live, so I'm not sure how this is really going to go, but I'm gonna try it like once or twice. So once, twice, or 3 times. I'm gonna try at least 3 times. If the next 2 times doesn't work, then I'll probably just go back to just doing putting together videos for the podcast. But I did this podcast so I can just really talk to you guys. So yeah, back to the subject. So I'm gonna get to pricing congestion in a minute, but that's basically like here in New York. So like I said though, like I don't really have a car, or I don't really own a car in the city, because mainly because I don't like to deal with tolls. I mean, if you really think about it, because now, like now, one thing from the pricing congestion, they want to charge people to come into Manhattan below 60th Street. They want to charge people to come to Manhattan below 60th Street, and I feel like that's crazy. And the cars, if you're driving a car coming into Manhattan, you're gonna be paying like $15, and if you're driving a truck, you're gonna be paying more. So that's $30 right there. I don't know how much is it for other vehicles like buses and all that. I wouldn't be surprised if they charge buses like New Jersey Transit, for example. Let's see. Parking, when you finally arrive at NYC, is mega expensive. Yeah, it's mega expensive, Jen. It is. This is why I don't drive in the city, Jen. Trust me, I don't. So I don't drive in the city. I don't like it. So it's always a mess, especially when you're near Times Square. It's always traffic going on. It's always so much traffic, and it takes you about 40 minutes just to get past Midtown Manhattan, or just to get past Times Square. I mean, basically, well, not that long, but it takes you about a good 20 minutes to probably get past Times Square, because now they added all these plazas, they added more walking space for people. I mean, okay, good for the people, but the drivers, bad, real bad. And then on top of it too, like, you're also dealing with bike lanes. So that can take up street space too. So, because now more people are riding the bikes, and the reason why they added the bike lanes, because the people that was riding the bikes, they kept complaining. I feel like the reason why they added the bike lanes is because the bikers were basically complaining that they was getting hit by the cars. They kept getting hit by the cars, or they was losing their lives. I mean, which is also true, but I feel like with the bikes, sometimes when you're riding a bike, you're supposed to ride with the traffic. You're not supposed to go against traffic. You're not supposed to ride your bike on the sidewalk and this and that. You're supposed to ride in the street. You're supposed to ride in the bike lane. We have tolls here, and we do have bike lanes. No one uses them. Wow, hello, that's crazy. No one uses them? That's insane. Hello 69. But speaking of Hello 69, welcome into the live podcast. Thank you for joining me, Hello 69. This is my very first time doing this podcast live. So I am doing a live. I did announce I was going to be doing a live podcast. So this is actually episode 10. So if you missed the first 9 episodes, Hello 69, I will post it in the end screen, either today or tomorrow, the rest of the 9 episodes, the playlist of the first 9 episodes. But this is my first time doing it. I was trying to add like an intro to the podcast, but I was having a little bit of a hard time. I should have practiced a little bit more, so when I do go live, I know what to do. I still have to figure out how to add the my podcast intro, since I'm now going to be doing it live. So, like I said, but anyway, but Jen and Hello 69, thank you for watching me. Really appreciate it so much. Yeah, so anyway, back to what I was talking about. So with the bikes, like, you got some bikers in New York, they also don't use the bikes, Hello 69. They don't use them. So they be riding against traffic. And the one thing that really gets on my freaking nerves, like I swear it gets on my nerves, people riding their damn bikes on the sidewalk. And it drives me crazy, because this is a damn sidewalk. This is a sidewalk. It's not a place for y'all to go and ride your bikes up the sidewalk, up and down the sidewalk. That's what they do sometimes. And it just gets so annoying. You know, like, you could be walking by, you may not even know or see. Oh, Yo Ange, hello, Yo Ange. Thank you for joining me so much. Thank you so much, Yo Ange, for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning into my podcast. Really appreciate it. I missed your episode of Strange Conversations yesterday, Yo Ange. But it's all right. I'll catch it again on Tuesday. But anyways, for anyone that's new here, this is my very first time doing the podcast live. So if you guys missed the first 9 episodes, you guys can go and check that out. You could just go into the podcast section on my channel, and you could check out the first 9 episodes. But anyway, but back to the topic. So, just letting people know. All right. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Anyway, but yeah, but like people be riding their bikes on the sidewalks up and down. It really pisses me off so much, and I just can't stand that. And I'm not putting all the blame on the people who ride the bikes, but I feel like they just be all over the place, and it's just crazy, really, really crazy. So that's just my thing with the bikers and stuff like that. Like when I ride a bike, especially the city bike, I try to ride with the traffic. I don't go on the sidewalk. I don't go all over the place. I try to ride with the traffic. I'll ride like a side along with the traffic because I want to be safe, and I don't want to ride the bike on the sidewalk because it's not fair to the people that are walking on the sidewalk. But I just want to add one more thing and we'll move on to the next. So, yeah, you could be walking down the sidewalk and you may not even notice that there's a biker behind you. You may not even know that there's a bike person right behind you. And it's happened to me so many times. I'm like, what the, yo, I'm like, what the F? Like, seriously, what the F? I'm like, why can't they just ride this shit on the street? Come on. Like, I don't get it. They're not putting all these bike lanes out for no reason. They're there for a reason. Now, I understand some streets, like where I live up in Harlem and stuff like that. Like Lenox Avenue, Adam Clayton Powell, they don't have bike lanes. I understand that. There's no bike lanes, so you gotta be extra cautious. But the avenues that do got bike lanes, some of them don't take advantage of it and then have the audacity to complain, that about the cars and the buses, how concerned they are. It's not all on them. That's just how I feel personally. Let me just go on ahead and catch up with the chat. Okay. The worst offenders are the delivery people on the e-bikes. Yeah, I know the e-bikes are really worse, yo, Ange. It is. It's really bad. And I mean, okay, I get it though that it's one thing to bring your bike on the sidewalk because you have to go in the building, you have to go in the building to bring the person's, food or whatever. That's one thing. But if you're just riding your e-bike on the sidewalk, like what? That doesn't make sense at all. And Jen said, yes, the Uber delivery are awful. Yeah, it is so awful, Jen. It's so freaking bad, Jen. Like really, really bad, Jen. Like really bad. I don't even use Uber deliveries. I don't. Because you're also paying double. Because you gotta pay for your food and you gotta pay for the delivery person. So say for instance, like you order something from McDonald's. Like say for instance you order a Big Mac combo from McDonald's. That's gonna cost you now a good $14 or $15, and then you paying $7 or $8 for a delivery. So if you add that to right there, that's almost $30 you're spending. I'd rather just go to McDonald's or that restaurant and go get it myself. That's what I'd rather do. But in my opinion, that's personally me, because I don't have money like that to spend on Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, all this other food delivery stuff. I don't mess with it that much. Like if I go to the Domino's where I live, they charge like $10 for a pie, a pepperoni pizza pie. So if I go to the restaurant and if I just go to the restaurant and just go and pick up the order, go order it and pick up my order, I'm basically saving myself another $9 or $10. But if I have it delivered, I'm probably paying over $20, 10 or 11 or 12 more dollars than what the food actually mostly costs. Because my pastor one time, the pastor in my church said one time, like sometimes you pay more money for what the item is, or for what the food or item has already cost. So that's crazy. $15 for a Big Mac, that's so expensive. Yeah, it's expensive. It's really, really expensive. And yeah, it's very expensive, like, to be honest. Like, fast food, like, you're paying over $10 for a meal now at McDonald's, Burger King, other fast food restaurants, you name it. But hold on. I'm gonna catch up with the chat for a second, so let me read this. I have a family member who works in Melbourne, who works in his car, who parks his car in Collingwood and go to work with public transportation. Oh, okay. Hello, 69. Wow, that is how much we have for a large meal at McDonald's. Yeah, hello 69. I don't know if you go to McDonald's or not. Hello 69. I don't know. But yeah, McDonald's is expensive nowadays. It's really expensive. I paid, what was it, Sunday? Normally Sunday mornings I go to McDonald's, but like I'm paying over $10 for breakfast, and this is only once a week that I go to McDonald's. I don't go every day. I can't imagine going every day. Like Chipotle. Now I had Chipotle for lunch earlier. So earlier I had Chipotle for lunch. So Chipotle, you spending like $13, you know, for one meal. That's without the food, the chips. Now, if you include that right there, if you include the food and chips right there, then you're spending about $15, $17 there. So, and it's $15, 15 or 16 for 2 items. So I had got me a bowl and a drink. That's $15 I was spending for 2 things. That's crazy. But that's how expensive a lot of these restaurants are. So, but tomorrow I probably have to go a little bit small. I don't know what I'm gonna get tomorrow, but they don't make it any cheaper in New York City. It's crazy. I pay $1.20 for a cheeseburger, which is less than 2 U's. Oh wow, that's crazy, Jen. Yeah, but that's really crazy. But yeah, but back to what I was saying about the tolls. Like, the tolls is just really crazy, and yeah, tolls is really crazy. That's why I don't really drive across country. Like, if I'm going across country, like if I'm gonna go to California, I'm not gonna drive. That's a 3-day drive. I probably have to go through 20 tolls just to get to California, because to get through, if you want to get through that certain state, you have to pay a toll for it. So, and the tolls are not cheap at all. So, what was it? Here's this one story. So with my dad and everything, my dad, I had went to whatchamacallit. So I had went to Florida with him like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, almost 6 years ago. Wow, yeah, I can't believe it's been so long. The cost of living, as we had deals like that, but not anymore. The cost of living as well. Oh man, I don't know. What was it? If you go into like, what was it? I think I did an episode on that, talking about the cost of living. Hello 69. I did an episode on that. If you go back and check that out, I do talk about the cost of living, especially here in New York. Housing sucks in New York. It's terrible. Like, and the thing too that with housing is so competitive. It's very, very, very competitive, and it's so doggone like sometimes you could be waiting a few years just to get a spot. So it's not easy at all. Like rent is very expensive. Like I'm right. Like for example, like I've never been on my own before. So you know, I'm trying to get my own place, and it's hard as hell. It is, because the thing with trying to get housing, because housing sucks so badly, it's taking me longer. It's taking me a while to get something. So I've been trying to get something for like the past 2 or 3 years. It's going on 4 years now since I've been trying to get my own space, and it just hasn't been easy. It's been super hard. So yeah, the thing with housing is just really terrible. Like I'm not a fan of housing in New York. I don't like the way the system works. You know, it's sad and it sucks that it takes so freaking long to get housing. Now, this one place I did apply, this one housing I did the application for, so I'm on a waiting list for like a year and a half. So I won't get, because I just turned in my application September of last year, but this September it'll make a year. But I still have a year and a half, so they probably won't be ready for me until next spring. So it won't be a year and a half until next spring, because I just turned in my application I think around September 1st. So right around March 1st of next year, it'll be a year and a half. They'll be ready, hopefully if I still don't have nothing by the end of the year. I'm really hoping for that. But yeah, I forgot I was talking. Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's what I was saying. So like 5 years ago, I went with my dad to Florida. So like he drove all the way from New York to Florida, and like that is such a long drive. Like that is a really long drive, and I can't imagine how many tolls are you really paying for that, because it's a lot. Like I'd rather just get on a plane and just fly down to Florida. I'm not driving all the way from New York to Florida or down south and pay more than 10 tolls. Like I'm not doing that. Hell no. Definitely not doing that at all. But anyways, so now we're gonna get to pricing congestion as well. So here in New York though, I've been hearing a lot about it, so I figured this will also be a great topic to talk about. But yeah, so they trying to charge people to come below 60th Street of Manhattan. So and it's just like once again, just another way for the city to make money. Just another damn way for the city to make money. Another way for them to take money away from people. And I feel like people cannot afford it. People cannot afford to pay $15 or $30 to come into Manhattan, all depending on what freaking vehicle they got. And it's like a lot of people were protesting the pricing congestion, and there was also, I think, MTA. MTA is basically our transportation for New York. So they're our transit system for New York. So MTA had a little board meeting to hear people's concerns. But then too, like they still want to go along with it. They still want to go along with the pricing congestion as well. Like I don't get it. I don't get at all. Like why they would still want to go along with it. And personally, I just don't think it's a good idea, because it's just another way to make people. It's also another way to make people, make the poor poor and the rich richer. So, and you know, we all know who the rich people is. People at the top, you know, people at the top, some people somewhere at MTA headquarters, or you know, it's just another way for them. It's just another way to put money in the rich pockets. You know, this is the city is full of rich people. I mean, let's just be honest. New York City is full of rich people. That's why it's so damn expensive. And this is how rich people think. They figure that, oh, you know, let's tax the poor, let's tax the middle class. You know, if y'all gonna tax people, tax the rich, tax them. Don't tax the poor, don't tax the middle class, especially people who don't have it. Because see, they figured out, oh, you know, they figured out, oh, we have money. You know, they look at us like, oh, we have money and this and that. No, we don't have money. You know, we don't have money to throw away, you know. Because if you think of it, like, to be honest, like $300 or $200 is a lot of money to some people if you really think about it. Like, it's a lot of money to some people. And like, if you're living in, like, for example, if you're living in poverty, or if you're like homeless, you know, you may have a job, you may be homeless and you're barely making it. So, you know, $300 is a lot to some people. You know, it may not be nothing to me because I'm not really struggling or anything like that, but $300 is a lot to a lot of people. And I just feel like the pricing congestion is just total crap. Like, really, I feel like they should just take that off the chart, in my opinion. And then you also, it's not just people from New York City, you also got people from Jersey. So people from New Jersey, you know, now they also gotta deal with the pricing congestion. You know, people who commute between New York and New Jersey, you know, it's also gonna be hitting them this summer. But yeah, it's supposed to go. It's just another, I don't know. It's just another moneymaker thing here in New York. But it's supposed to go into an effect this summer, I believe. Yeah, this summer is supposed to go into an effect around June. So just a heads up, folks. So if y'all getting charged to come into Manhattan and you wonder why you're getting hit with $15, $20 or $30, or depending whatever the heck vehicle you're driving in, if you're coming into the city in the summer, you know, be prepared to deal with the pricing congestion, folks. So it's just stupid to me. Joanne's wrote, my thing with pricing congestion is that we as New Yorkers already pay our taxes. We are being charged to live and use our own city streets. It's insane. Yeah, it's so insane, Joanne. It's really insane. Like, I don't get it. We pay taxes every single year. Every year we pay taxes. I don't understand it. And then too, like, I also feel like public transportation should be free. I really feel that way. It should be free, no matter what the circumstances. Because, what is it? If transit is making millions of dollars a day, in my opinion, I feel like public transportation should be free. They should not be charging us an arm and a damn leg. And then they have the audacity to raise the prices last year. I'm like, what is going on? What the hell is going on? It costs $7 now to ride the express bus. $7 for people who use the express bus. $7. That's a lot to go each way. I cannot afford to pay $7 each way. But speaking of the express bus, like what was it? When I was going out to Staten Island, like I was trying to use my card, and the express bus don't even take unlimited Metro cards. They don't take them. You have to pay regular price. You have to pay what was it? Whatever money you have on your card. So the unlimited doesn't even work on the express bus. And I'm just like, it just made me so mad because I'm like, I didn't even know that I didn't even know the express bus didn't accept unlimited Metro cards. Same thing with the PATH train. The PATH train, I've taken the PATH train so many times though. Taken the PATH train so many times, and I cannot even use, like, you can use the Metro card on the PATH train if you're commuting between New York and New Jersey, but you cannot use an unlimited card, which I find it kind of BS. You know, I feel like they should, people who use unlimited Metro cards and all that stuff, you know, we already got to use Metro cards for our public transportation system. I mean, it's nice the PATH train does that, but I wish they would allow people who use unlimited passes to get on the PATH train. You know, I don't understand Port Authority on that. I really don't. You know, because I carry, like, if I'm gonna get on the PATH train, I gotta carry a whole nother card, and I have to make sure it's not unlimited if I'm going into New Jersey. So that's so insane right there. Okay, let me catch up with the chat for a second. I get charging people coming into the city from away, but we live here. Yeah, that is true. That's true, Yoange. Like, I don't understand it. Now, if you're charging tourists and all that stuff, that's something different. But people who already live in the city, like, what? That just does not cross my mind at all. Like, literally at all. It just don't cross my mind at all that they would charge people. They would charge residents that already live here to come into Manhattan. People that drive, you know. Especially who live out in Long Island. I don't feel like they should be charging people who live in the suburbs to come into Manhattan. You know, I mean, upstate, okay, like upstate Westchester, they most likely may not get charged to come into Manhattan because they like coming into Manhattan from the Bronx, you know, but people from like Long Island and all that stuff, they should not be getting charged to drive into Manhattan. Like, what? That's insane. Yeah. Like, make it make sense. It is all a money grab. Yeah, it's a money grab. It's a money thing. That's the thing. That's the problem with the city. It's freaking greed. It's so much greed. So much greed and so much power. It's like that's all these a-holes care about is money and power. You know, it's just gone to the point in New York City too. Like, it's like it's freaking impossible to live here unless you're filthy rich or you've got millions and billions of dollars in the damn bank. I mean, let's just be for real about that. Let's just be honest about that. Like, literally. And your taxes are already high. Yeah, it's already high, Jen. You're right. It's super high. What is it? Because speaking of taxes, because I went to go and do my taxes not too long ago. I think, was it like last year? I paid like $2,000 to the government in taxes. That's a lot, you know. And on top of it too, like, I'm also a part-time worker, so that's a lot for a part-time worker to be paying, but paid it anyway, you know, because let me just say this though. I don't know about other countries. I just know about the United States. Like in the United States, if you don't pay your taxes to Uncle Sam all year round, it's going to catch up to you. It's really going to bite you in the butt. Like, I freaking know. And if you don't, how put it? If you don't put down if you don't contact them, you don't make no down payment, or if you don't pay it back right away, they'll penalize you. And now you have to pay more money. Like for example, if you wind up owing $700 in taxes for that year, $700. So you go and do your taxes. Like for example, the beginning of next year, 2025, you owe $700 in taxes for 2024, and you know, if you don't pay it back, they'll add interest. Like say for instance, they'll add like $80. So now you gotta pay $780. And if you continue to put it off, they're going to keep adding. They'll probably add another $70 or $80. That's $800 right there. So that's even, you know, more, you know, that you're paying because, you know, you didn't pay your taxes for that year, and you spent a lot of time putting it off. So it doesn't really, you know, that's why I try to make sure, you know, it's always good to just, you know, let Uncle Sam take their fair share, you know, let them take whatever percentage they feel that, whatever cut they should have, you know, and just let them take, I just let them take their cut, whatever, you know. It's better that way when next year comes, you don't owe, you know. To me, it's just better than not owing, you know, because I've owed Uncle Sam before, and it's not fun. It's definitely not a fun thing when you owe. So, and then you don't get your refund back, you know. And if you owe so much money, you may not get your full refund back. So now you have to figure out a way to pay the state. So, but I'm in a good spot. One thing I can say about myself is that I am in a good spot. You know, I'm glad I paid my taxes for last year, but I paid about $2,000 in taxes last year. But from each check I got throughout 2023, you know, as a part-time worker, that's a lot for me as a part-time worker. But I don't owe anything, so that's good. Yeah, let me see what else is there. Let me figure out what else is there to talk about. So yeah, I feel like MTA needs to change the pricing congestion, because I feel like it's not fair to the drivers, and they need to just freaking change it. That's just in my opinion. I think I've covered pretty much all of it in tolls, pricing congestion. If you guys have any more feedback, comments, thoughts, just write it here in the chat. You know, let me know. Let me know what you think about all of it. Like, how do you feel about it? Or if you live here in NYC, if you have any thoughts, opinions, feel free to write in the chat. You know, I'm more than happy to hear your guys' opinions about it. So, if not, you know, we'll end the stream soon. But yeah, so we in right now 44 minutes into the stream. So yeah. But oh, sorry, I was getting a message. But yeah, so this is actually my very first time, you know, like I said, this is my very first time doing the podcast, going live. I see so many of you guys, I see some people have made it. I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate you guys so much. And let's see, I'll just wait for some more thoughts to come in the chat. We'll end in another minute. I don't think I don't need to go an hour because I don't really have anything else to talk about as far as tolls and price and congestion. But like I said, if you have any thoughts or more opinions, you feel free to write in the chat if you like. Anything that comes to your mind. But yeah, so before we close out, everyone, if anyone here, if you guys are new to the channel, and if you guys are new to the channel, and if you enjoy my live streams, everyone just do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. That way you will know every time I go live. You will be notified every time I do a live video. And Friday I will be at the New York Auto Show. I'm gonna be at the New York Auto Show. I know I said it over and over again. I will be there. I'm gonna try to be there around 11 or 12 o'clock. Okay, Jen is writing something. I only just realized how many tolls there are on your roads. I never paid attention to it. As I'm usually in a higher car, so blast straight through them. They are every mile or so. Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't know that at all. I mean, well, here in Manhattan, Jen, like, there's really not a lot of tolls. You will barely see tolls you'll barely see tolls in the 5 boroughs. You'll barely see tolls. Because in the 5 boroughs, Jen, we don't have tolls like that. We don't have them all over the place. We don't. So, we definitely don't have tolls like that. Yeah. So, anyways. Yeah. Interesting fun fact, Jen. Anyway, all right, y'all. I'm gonna end this live stream, everyone. I'm gonna charge on my phone. I'm usually in Florida or Dallas. Oh, nice, Jen. That's so nice. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna end this live stream. It's what now? After 4. So I'm gonna end this live stream. I'm gonna relax. I had a long, wet day. Try as I could dry my feet off. It's been raining here in NYC very heavily. Hopefully Friday will be a little bit better. Thanks for the podcast. Oh, you're welcome, Yo Ange. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you tuning in as well. I'm always watching your podcasts, Yo Ange. And I'm definitely look forward to watching you and Joe tomorrow night for date night. I can't wait for it. So I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to it, Yo Ange. You've done great. Looking forward to the car videos. Thanks, Chris. Yes, I will be at the Jacob Javits Center on Friday, so I will be live streaming. I will be with a friend. I'm gonna try and bring my iPad with me so I can get some videos and photos. So I'm gonna probably have him hold the gimbal for me while I take my videos, and I could be able to share those videos with you guys. And yeah, so I will. Anyways, you guys take care. Have a great Wednesday, everyone. Have a really, really good Wednesday. Thank you for the emoji, Yo Ange. I'll definitely be in the chat tomorrow night, Yo Ange, watching you and your funny Joe friend have fun on be watching you and Joe on date night. Just watching y'all two have fun. Behind my device. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna close out the live stream. Friday I will be there at the Jacob Javits Center around 10 or 12 noonish, but I'll be there. For anyone that missed this podcast, you guys could go and watch the replay of it. So you can watch the replay of it. We've been doing so good, you guys, on these live streams. I really appreciate you guys, as always, for watching me. I really appreciate it. Anyways, you guys take care. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye, everyone.